Lights out, we're racing in MotoGP here in the Grand Prix of Spain. Not a clean getaway at all by Marc Marquez, was it? He's going backwards into fourth place. Was that whole shot device engaged for the number 93? Aggressive he is on the inside now of Alex. Quartararo, though, it is, they've got the whole shot. Bagnaia trying to get aggressive on the inside at turn 2. Quartararo leads, Bagnaia second. It was not the perfect launch for Marquez.
And not a good start either for one of those VR46 Ducatis. That is Frankie Morbidelli dropping backwards. Maverick Vinales is still there in the top 6, is in 5th place. Marc Marquez goes straight through on Pecco Bagnaia, is he? He's trying to go around the outside into turn 5. That would be brave.
Oh, red on red. How close was that coming through the high-speed left-hander of turn 4? Quartararo then leads the Grand Prix for the first time since the Saxon Ring, all the way back in 2022. He's at the corner where he crashed out the sprint yesterday, coming from a long, long way back is Alex Marquez. Oh, eye of the needle. Alex Marquez will have his heart in his mouth there because he was so close to contact with Marc and also Pecco Bagnaia. That's dropped the 73 back down to, well, outside of the top 5.
Oh, Marc Marquez straight at the inside of Bagnaia into turn 7. That is a brave, brave move. Bagnaia then drops behind his teammate, but he wants it straight back again.
Oh, listen to the crowd. They are on their feet. They're already crying themselves hoarse. Through turn 10 we go. Bagnaia and Marc Marquez leading each other. We saw this in the Grand Prix later last year. Oh, there's contact. What a first lap this has been here in Jerez. Drama to the extreme. Fabio Quartararo clearing off at the front of this Grand Prix. Bagnaia and Marquez have had, what, 4 or 5 aggressive overtakes on this first lap alone. A first lap for the ages here in the Spanish Grand Prix, which will be led by Fabio Quartararo. Bagnaia looking for his 4th successive win here in Spain. He is still somehow in second place after what an incredible first lap.
Well, that was a bold, bold move from Marc Marquez into turn 7 on his teammate Bagnaia. Pecco Bagnaia said, I am not having a piece of that. Take that. And he went straight back through as they once again made contact through that stadium section for the 2nd year in a row. And like last year, it's Bagnaia who came out ahead.
It's Bagnaia attack, attack, attack mode, isn't it? Marco Bezzecchi. There's going to be no repeat of his podium here last year when he was on the Ducati. Bez has crashed out early on the factory Aprilia. Wow, that was an incredible first lap, wasn't it? We almost felt like we had an entire 25 laps of drama in that opening circuit around this 4.4 kilometre of a track. Quartararo at the moment, free of all the drama, free of all the chaos that's unfolding behind him. There he is in the factory Yamaha now, out of 6. Bagnaia there in 2nd place. Well, he said he had to be aggressive. Oh no, Marc Marquez has crashed! Marc Marquez has crashed out of 3rd place here in the Spanish Grand Prix. It is a second big mistake for Marc in 3 Grand Prix. He was 2.5 seconds clear when he crashed out of the lead in Austin about a month ago, and he has dropped the ball big time once again here. You could hear the moans, you could hear the groans from the Spanish fans in Barcelona and in Madrid. They cannot believe what they've just seen through turn 8. Marc Marquez goes, tries to pick it up on his elbow, but he careers into the gravel trap in a cloud of dust. And now this has completely changed the game in terms of the Spanish Grand Prix and the World Championship. Can you believe it?
Well, it's not often I'm speechless, but I cannot believe what I've just seen. We've said it already this season. It felt like the only rider that could beat Marc Marquez was Marc Marquez himself. And another unforced error from the 93, who is still running. He's getting a massive cheer from the fans as he now comes across the finish line. But Marc Marquez is now 20 seconds behind in 22nd place. And surely he's blown any hope of standing on the podium in front of his home crowd today.
Here comes Alex. He's going to be aggressive on the inside of Bagnaia into turn 13. That's lovely. That is a beautiful textbook move by Alex on the brakes into that final corner. The crowd are on their feet now, and this would see a tie going to Le Mans in terms of the championship. It could, of course, get better for Alex Marquez. Is he going to ever have a better chance of breaking his victory, Doug, in the MotoGP World Championship?
What a place to do it as well.
What a place
to the Spanish Grand Prix. Fabio Quartararo then leads by around 0.4 of a second. And Alex Marquez, of course, he won't want to sit behind Bagnaia and Quartararo for too long and let his front tyre cook and the front tyre pressure go through the roof. So that's why he was so keen to get through on Pecco Bagnaia. Surely he's not going to sit behind Quartararo for too long if he can help it.
the shock, the surprise. We're still stunned, we're still shocked in the commentary box here. Marc Marquez has crashed a couple laps ago at turn 8. It has left the door wide open now. Opportunity knocks for Fabio Quartararo, winless in MotoGP since the sanction ring in 2022. It opens the door potentially for Alex to win his first ever MotoGP race and potentially seize the lead back in the World Championship. It opens the door potentially for Pecco Bagnaia to win his 4th race in a row here in Jerez. What a race we have on.
And does it potentially open the door for a podium visit for the first time for Fermin Aldeguer, who's in 4th place now, having got past Maverick Vinales in those early stages. Aldeguer himself is only a second and a half off the race lead. So much focus is on what's going on at the front, and our leading 3 who remain. But don't keep an eye on Fermin Aldeguer. Don't rule him out of this yet.
Oh, no, Fermin Aldeguer's crashed out. Podium contention. Well, we saw Marc Marquez crash out of victory contention in COTA. We saw Fermin Aldeguer crash out of top 5 contention in COTA as well. They've both done the same here in Jerez. Aldeguer then goes down at turn 6 mid-corner. So that will now push Maverick Vinales up into 4th place. This is going to be one of clearly the major talking points of this Spanish Grand Prix. As he flicked it left into turn 8, the Jorge Martinez Aspar corner. 3rd gear through there. They cannot believe it, can they? Inside the Ducati Lenovo team garage. They're just as shell-shocked as what we are. How the heck is Marc Marquez doing low 138s with a motorcycle that's as damaged as that?
Because he's a very talented rider. He is exceptional, but as we've seen this afternoon, once again, he is human, and Marc Marquez has made a human error this afternoon, and it certainly cost him the Spanish Grand Prix. Has it cost him the World Championship lead? The answer will be yes, if Alex Marquez can overhaul Fabio Quartararo. But as I said a couple of laps ago, Quartararo is riding this Yamaha beautifully. He is not offering Alex Marquez anything at this stage.
Indonesia 2023 as Marquez picks his way through on Somkiat Chantra. The Lombok Grand Prix in 23 was the last time Quartararo was on the podium. As he mentioned, pre-commentary, although he did briefly lead the sprint yesterday, this is the first time he's led a main Grand Prix since the sanction ring in 2022, when he moved over 90 points clear of Bagnaia at that stage of the season. We thought it was a foregone conclusion that he was going to successfully retain the championship, and of course he just fell apart in the second half of the campaign and eventually lost that season to Bagnaia. Talking about the Italian, just not really making any kind of significant inroads, is he, towards Quartararo and Alex Marquez? Is Bagnaia, is this a ploy where he's just content, just happy to sit off those 2 ahead of him, just to maybe protect the front tyre pressure and front tyre temperature on that Michelin front? Or is he under the cosh? Is this as fast as he can go? Well,
he said yesterday, didn't he, that he couldn't get within that sort of half second, 7/10 of a second of Alex Marquez through the entire sprint. Just couldn't go anywhere, just had to ride around in 3rd place, was under no threat from behind, and she isn't in this particular Grand Prix, but not able to make any inroads up ahead. But we still have a long way to go. We are not at half distance in what has already been an extraordinary Spanish Grand Prix, as we watch the 2 factory KTMs in their battle for 9th place. Quartararo's lead did come down on that lap, and the lead is now gone. Alex Marquez strikes at the start of lap 11. Alex Marquez decides this is his time. He hits the front here in Jerez, right in front of the Marquez grandstands. Is Alex Marquez then now on course for his first ever MotoGP victory? Of course, decisive in the championship, that move as well, because it does now mean that he leads going to the French Grand Prix in Le Mans in 2 weeks' time. Something's happened here for the 43 Yamaha of Jack Miller, who looks really frustrated. It looks like there's a technical issue that's going to rule Fuller Miller out of this Spanish Grand Prix. Yeah, it was running in 11th place, so points have disappeared for Jack Miller. Fabio Quartararo matched Alex Marquez in the high 137th last time round. The one riding